Hello guys, welcome to another game. This time we have Crackety here playing as the Chushi's Legacy in the color teal, one of his signature civilizations. Against his opponent playing as the Delhi Sultanate in the color red, it is FireHick.ttv. He's a Delhi user. He mostly plays Delhi, and he plays really well, to be honest. I've been watching his stream a few times already, and he's really young. He's really young. Like one guy asked him, like, "Hey man, what do you do for a living?" It's like, "Oh, I'm in high school." And it's like a lot of people are shocked because this kind of game usually give you like the demographic of the average age is mostly 30 years old, something like that. So obviously you have different spectrum in the bell curve, where you have very young people and older people than around 40 or even 50. So it's really interesting to see young people trying to play this game. Props to them, because there is quite a lot of options for young people out there which are easier, but hopefully you can appreciate the beauty of the strategy games. They are just so damn interesting, All right, so we are in Gorge, a map that is kind of open. It's really hard for the Chinese to move to the farm transition here, just because there's it's just not the best layout. Not the best layout. Is a lot of wood lines, small here and there, block you from going from your granaries and everything. I'm not really so worried about Chushi's Legacy against Delhi. I will say Chinese have a harder time. I guess Chushi can really fight more in the Feudal Age compared to his brother, the Chinese. Because as a Chinese, this matchup is really hard. Just because Delhi can pump units really fast. They can take control of the map. And the Chinese, they need all the food they need. All the food they can get. And as soon as they run out of food, then it's game over for you. And it's really hard because with the Song Dynasty, you even need more and more food. So it's really one of those matches that are really hard. But I believe Chushi can make something out of it. I think it's gonna be fine for them. Meanwhile, Tower of Victory already coming up for FireHick. At the same time as his opponent going for the meditation gardens around it. Around here, just gold, berries, and quite a decent amount of wood, to be honest. Decent amount of wood. Now there is 3 villagers aging up here, meaning there are 2 options for this. Maybe he's afraid of the potential harassment of the Gassy Raider already coming, so he wants to age up as soon as possible. Or he just wants to fight in the Feudal Age a little bit. Because normally you can age up with 1, and then just keep gathering those resources with the rest of the villagers until you can, age up. Because remember, the Chushi's Legacy, for the age up, they do have like extra discount in the Tang Dynasty, so it's even cheaper for them to go to Castle Age. Now it's not the first time that we will see Crackety doing that. He has a very interesting build order where he just go castle really fast, and then with those Shaolin monks just capture all the relics and take it from there. Go for a 3 TC and then just boom like crazy. But looks like it's not gonna be playing like that this time. Jiangnan Tower aging up with 6 villagers, and that only means that he wants to stay in the Feudal Age for some time. I don't dislike the idea, to be honest, because with the Jiangnan Tower, your farms are cheaper. Originally are 75, and you will see soon how much they cost later. I don't dislike the idea against Delhi civilizations like I personally like to go for the cheaper farms with the Abbasid when I play against this matchup. Just because Delhi, it's very good at taking the map control. There you go, 53 wood. not a bad discount. Because for you, if you lose access to the food, then you pretty much lose the game, right? And having cheaper farms pretty much guarantees that you're slow but steady transitioning into your farm economy. And in the Castle Age, where Delhi is just really weak, they just eat all the food they can, their farm transition is not really the best. Just because their economy is not really the best until they get village fortresses. Then that's where you strike back. You need to survive the Feudal Age, and looks like Firehik is gonna be putting up some stables. Gonna be throwing the first gassy raiders on the field. Look at that. Scholar just making those gassy raiders in 13 seconds. Already going out there in the field. It's really hard to harass in this area, to be honest. Especially with the Chinese town center that has the hand cannon slit emplacements. That's extra 25 damage instead of, I believe it's 8. The regular town center has. Already getting all those free juicy upgrades, as well as Sanctity is coming in 1 minute and a half. Crockety is gonna go for the Spearman. Now the good thing about being in the, well, not being in the Song Dynasty, but having the Jiangnan Tower, is that all the units you create from your buildings, you create a military building and automatically it spawns here in the Jiangnan Tower. So your military numbers are not gonna be that bad. Big wall coming for Crockety here. Securing a couple of deer spots and a big gold bank. And with those spearmen, Firehik is just gonna be having a hard time just trying to fight here. You need way more archers to guarantee that your horseman is still alive. It's very, very hard to micro, to be honest. Even with a couple of spearmen, like, there's so many things going on, especially with more units. You want to kill the spearman as soon as possible. But at the same time, if more spearmen come, you need to micro again, and you need to move your horsemen. So it's kind of hard. But I've seen Firehik playing, and he's a really, really good player. Very, very good micro. I believe he's plays really fast, to be honest. Oh, there you go. The spearman potentially going down here. But looks like they get some decent damage against those horsemen. Archer numbers decreasing. Juvenus doing quite a lot of damage to those archers, and no more archers for Firehik now. It's gonna be just with some horsemen. Fair trade for both parties. I'm not so sure who actually got the advantage here. It looks fairly equal. However, Firehik can just pump unit faster as soon as he captures the sacred sites. He's just gonna put the scholars there, and he's just gonna be pumping units like crazy. So it's gonna slow down for a while. It looks like he has a decent army. Obviously, Gassy Raiders is a higher quality unit, so you can see the army value here. Not really, it's kind of fucked, to be honest. But it's a fair estimation, to be honest. I wouldn't say it's out of context that we can say that Firehik actually has bigger army value compared to his opponent. Definitely. Meanwhile, Crockety going for the berries. It's gonna be running out of food quite soon. Not quite soon, but if fights like this continues, the longer the game goes, the more food you're gonna use, and it's just gonna be really hard for you to go for that farm transition while your opponent still tries to kill you. So love this wall. I think it's a great decision coming by Crockety. It's gonna be pretty much guaranteed that he gets those resources kind of safely. Secret site's gotta be captured. Third one coming soon for Firehik. Having a really good time here with all those secret sites. Wonder if he has a market somewhere where he can just sell some. There you go. Market already there. You don't want to build the market until you know that you already captured the secret sites. Otherwise, it's like, what I'm gonna do with all this gold? Now we see a lot of Delhi players actually going for just a couple of units at the beginning. Not a couple. This is not a couple, right? But just pretty much like this, and then just go for that Castle Age with professional scouts that they can get for free. They can guarantee that they have all the food they need in their base. and sustain a big army, and potentially some elephants. I don't think Firehick is a big fan of that. I don't think I've seen him doing a fast castle ever in my life, but who knows? Who knows? Delhi game is kind of changing right now. It's kind of changing. Meanwhile, all sacred sites being captured. Horseman will try to capture the sacred site, but Gassy Raider already arrived. He's gonna be taking down that horseman. Meanwhile, Crockett is still pumping units, and he started mixing some man-at-arms. I really like this, to be honest. It's actually... Delhi doesn't have a response to man-at-arms. That's why it's so hard to fight against the Holy Roman Empire in the Feudal Age with Delhi. Just because as soon as they start mixing those man-at-arms, they're gonna tank a lot of damage from those archers. And Gassy Raiders technically don't counter directly the man-at-arms, but they do not bad against them. So I wonder if that's the play here, just a big number of Tugunus man-at-arms. And then Delhi is just gonna struggle with that. So man-at-arms are just gonna tank a lot of damage, plus 1 range armor already coming for Crackety. So these guys are just gonna have 3 range armor. It's gonna be tanking a lot of damage. It's like Crackety now it's gonna go for it. Tower in the gold. Outpost in the gold. Just to make sure. His gold is protected. He still has some gold in the back, but just in case. And you can also put some arrow slits. Hand cannon slits, it's really, really good. With these outposts, they do quite a lot of damage. Look at the damage of the Trigonus, they just do so much damage because 1 arrow each. They do 3, multiplied by 28. And that's quite a lot. That's quite a lot. We got more blacksmith upgrades coming for Crackety. It's like he's definitely interested on fighting in the Feudal Age. Already grabbing the deer. Gonna feel good grabbing the deer with Imperial Official. Look at your food economy. It's like 1.2k food a minute. That's quite a lot. That's quite a lot. Meanwhile, still Firehick with all the sacred sites so far being captured. I don't know if he's thinking about going for that Castle Age. He has plenty of gold in the bank, probably thinking about selling it in the future for more food. Looks like he's gonna go that Castle Age. He's in a really good position. He has an army. The problem is you don't really want to fight those Trigonus. He has quite a lot of Gassy Raiders, to be honest. Those are quite a big number. And House of Learning is coming soon for Firehick. Meanwhile, Crockety probably smells that his opponent is aging up. He's not really attacking. And usually when you see your opponent backing off for a while, probably he's aging up because he wants to save his army. He wants to get all those upgrades, and unfortunately he didn't go for the Dome of Faith. But he does have 5 scholars, so he should be having quite some upgrades, some kind of fast with those scholars. Not gonna be super slow, but still they're gonna take some time for sure. And Castle Age already arrived for Firehick. See, if Crockety wants to go for an attack, he definitely has the army where he can fight. Those are a lot of Trigonus. At the same time, Spearman not the best unit to capture the sacred site at that side of the map. Firehick is still having some food resources, still have the boar, have some berries. He's having a good time for now. He's really having a good time. Lancers are gonna join the party for Firehick, as well as some crossbows. You definitely need those with 11 man-at-arms. Crockett is already thinking about aging up. He started slow but steady, making the farm transition. Not enough space to make all those granaries together, right? Just because of those wood lines. But it's very good that he is already starting to have the farms. Otherwise, he's just gonna slow down so fast. And you don't really want to be in a situation where you run out of food and Suddenly, this is your last food resource and your opponent is already here. Like, you don't want that. Or maybe it's already here in the front. And that's a really tough situation. So Crockety, obviously, very, very good player. He's already thinking about very ahead. Gonna be making those farms very early on. Mount Lu Academy is gonna be his choice. Not gonna be the Shaolin Monastery. It's gonna be taking... what's the name? Yeah, Shaolin Monastery. Gonna be having some extra taxes, 2 extra officials if he can, and some easy upgrades for the Imperial officials, especially the what was the name? Supervise. There you go, supervise. The resources, they become, I think, 300% faster, which is very, very nice. Let's take a look. So extra 2 officials. Can supervise keeps to reduce the damage. And then, there you go, from 450 to 300. And Imperial officials move 50% faster. So definitely the best Landmark you can go at this age if you are already losing the relic game. You don't want to have a Shaolin Monastery and no relics inside. It's kind of like Regnus, you know? Because, I mean, other than grabbing relics, what our Shaolin Monasteries are going to do, they're not really a military unit. They are technically a military unit, but they're not, you know, the military unit, if you know what I mean. Firehik taking things very slowly here. You know, he's having a good time getting those upgrades. Gassy Raiders are gonna be upgraded really soon. He's gonna pull back for now. Scholar at the wrong time, at the wrong place. And soon the elephants will arrive. The Firehik army. I don't really know how elephants perform, but they do have quite a lot of health, and they really are I don't know, what can I say? It's just beautiful animal. Beautiful animal. And looks like all trade has to start. Elephants just gonna be doing quite a lot of damage to those man-at-arms, to be honest. Lancers just gonna be pulling back for now, and just 14 Spearmen left for Crockety. Still alive, so all those Gassy Raiders are just gonna be down to 5. Elephant goes down, and Firehik in a little bit of trouble. Even though the archers are, you know, Tower of Victory archers, you're dealing with veteran Trigonus with already +2 range attack, so these guys do plenty of damage. It wasn't the best fight for Firehik. Especially he lost all his Gassy Raider mass. Very hard to get at the moment. Luckily for him, he still have plenty of archers. And Crockety also lost quite significant losses in that fight as well, especially those man-at-arms. Meanwhile, Firehik is gonna have be running out of food soon. Meanwhile, Crockety already slow but steady going for that farm transition. And looks like Firehik is gonna be having a really good time with 4 relics. Only 1 relic left in the map. Potentially going for Crockety, not really in a hurry to get it yet. It's like, this is very, very safe for me. And more production buildings. And remember, with the Jiangnan Tower you get all those units for free here, so it's really, really good. I don't know if you watched this Aussie Tronco game where Don Artie was playing with the Jiangnan Tower, and he only built stables and barracks, I think. He built like 40 of them, so his strategy was, instead of creating units, he just built some military buildings and he gets the unit for free, and that's it. Like, and the good thing about that is that you can have like 40 military buildings. And if you want reinforcements, like, you can get them right away. It's cool. Now, I don't know how viable this is, but it was definitely a thing. Firehik securing those sacred sites once again. And Lancers are gonna go for a raid. First villager of the game. It's down. Firehick going for a farm transition, that's why he has slowed down on his attack. Meanwhile, Crockett is just gonna be having crossbows, Juginus, and Palace Guards. I find it extremely hard to distinguish which ones are the crossbows and which ones are the Juginus. And that's something you need to keep in mind, because sometimes you just want to kill the crossbows first and you don't know who is who. And when you have this kind of mix, it's just really hard for you. And this ARP is just really hard to beat, to be honest. I think Firehicks noticed this and it's like, you know what, actually we're pulling back, boys. We're pulling back. And I wouldn't be surprised if he actually goes for a Mangonel. Does he has a siege workshop somewhere? And Mangonel is definitely gonna help him in this fight. A couple of Mangonels will do so much damage here. So much damage. I mean, well, no siege workshop for Crackety, so we're not gonna see Nest of Bees. Use more production buildings. How many production buildings he has? That's quite a lot. 14 production buildings. That's the beauty of having the Jangnan Tower. You just basically have a lot of incentive to build those buildings. It's basically cheaper, you know? Like, if you think about it, if you build a stable, you get a horseman for free. That's 120 resources for free that you get, so you only pay 30 for a stable. That's it's nuts. That's really nuts. Now, can Elephant help Firehick now? He's going for that Mangonel. Already have a Scholar inside, so he's gonna be getting that Mangonel really soon. Adding some walls here, just to be safe on his farms. And so far, I really like the position. So far, you know, he has 4 relics. That's really good for him. All these upgrades are pretty much finishing, so he's having a really strong army. And looks like he can push here. He knows where Crackety army is. So looks like he's waiting for Crackety to make the move. Let's take a look at Firekick's vision. There you go. He sees the army. Meanwhile, Crackety already noticed the Mangonel. Obviously, Elephants gonna be having their buff really soon, in 30 seconds, so they're gonna be a little bit faster. It definitely helps a lot. Definitely helps a lot. But the thing that helps the most is the area damage that they do now. I don't know if it's specified here, but according to the update, they do area damage, so they actually increase their DPS by a lot. It's pretty much like Lankenet. And Firehick just shows the Mangonel directly to the single man at arms. That was personal, man. That was really personal. Crackety here, already with 29 farms. No, not the best number. Not the best number. He cannot afford to lose some units. But he's already almost pop cap. So he's gonna be having quite a lot of units. And Spearman just gonna be melting those elephants. Coming down for now. Coming back, and Springles take down the Mangonel. And I don't know how it's possible Firehick can actually win this fight. I mean, Crossbow and Juginus are proving to be quite a... Okay, that's a comeback, guys. Oh, the Mangonel shot. Well, a lot of units went down there, but not so without losing 3 Mangonels in total so far. Mangonel's doing quite a lot of damage, but Elephant's going down so fast. These are really precious units. You don't want to lose them like this. Man-at-Arms, I mean, that extra damage from the House of Learning. And Firehick with a little bit of a trouble here. He doesn't have much army, but Crackety decides to pull back for now. He doesn't have any melee units there to basically tank the damage, so it's kind of risky for him. He's already having quite a lot of food. I probably thinking about that Imperial Age, and there you go. Temple of the Sun going up for him. It's pretty much giving you that Yuan dynasty that you have with the Chinese. That just give extra movement speed for that army if you activate that power, which is really good for palace guards. And that's exactly what you need to kill this economy. A lot of palace guards. A lot of palace guards flooded into the enemy base. Now Firehick is behind. And I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna be a tough position for him. Definitely a tough one. Palace guards being upgraded immediately with those imperial officials. Look at how fast they can they can actually produce with that imperial official here. Just 6 seconds if he decides to use those barracks, but he doesn't need. He has 12 barracks. That's plenty of barracks, and he's gonna start flooding those imperial age palace guards into the economy of Firehick. That's gonna be a tough one. There is no stone walls for him. I wonder if he has a keep somewhere. No keep for Firehick so far. Not thinking about that village fortresses anytime soon. He's actually going for it. And look at that, elephant. Just tanking quite a lot of damage. Has plenty of range armor. 9 armors to be honest. And Firehick do have the numbers to fight this, to be honest. Actually doing quite well. Elephant is gonna go down eventually. But he did tank a lot of damage. And more man-at-arms coming for Firehick. They're really, really good man-at-arms. Man-at-arms from Delhi. Extra attack. And they do have a charge attack, right? Not fully aware. But looks like Crackety will lose his momentum. He went to Imperial Age. He got all the most important upgrade, that is the Elite Palace Guard. And instead of just massing a lot of them, he's just losing quite a lot of military units here. This can potentially open the room for Firehick to have some breathing time. Look at a single Palace Guard just trying to find something here. I mean, well, there's still some gold here for Firehick, especially the big gold vein. Not any defensive structure yet, but he does have 4 relics. And these relics still haven't been captured. And there you go, movement units move 15% faster, so that's pretty much like the Yuan dynasty. Look at these Palace Guards just gonna be going right there. No elite army tactics yet, so they're gonna be quite squishy for now. Not gonna be the best man-at-arms. But they are fast. And fast usually means they are annoying. They're really, really annoying. Now Firehick doesn't want to fight an army in the different age. He's thinking about that Imperial Age. At the same time, making those units build those walls. Meanwhile, Bombard already there for Crackety. Nothing feels better than having a Bombard when your opponent is in the Castle Age. It's nothing better than a Bombard in that situation. It feels so... You know, it's like flexing on your new car or something like that. Something like that. I don't see any keep coming from Firehick so far. But somehow he managed to survive because Crackety didn't have the army to actually go and punish Firehick's army. He lost that momentum he had, and well, he's still ahead. Now if he wants to attack, this is the best time to attack. He's gonna be having quite a lot of units here. 33 Palace Guards, 4 Springles. These crossbows are not upgraded yet, but they are coming soon. Sacred Site's gonna be the capture. And Firehick is already in the Imperial Age. Which landmark he went for? Oh, it's the Hisar Academy. So he's gonna be having food per minute for each technology research. And also, you already have the university, so that's very, very good for you. Not gonna be the elephant one, but talking about elephants, a couple of them are in queue. Upgrades are coming very slowly for Firehick. Meanwhile, hand cannoneers join the party, and Elephant with that charge attack. You don't want to see this coming to you. Elephant actually says, you know what, I'm actually pulling back for now. And you know what's good against elephants? Pretty much bombards. I know this kind of what I said can just taken out of context really easily, but they really work well against elephants. I remember one game that Demu was playing and his opponent was just mass elephants. Just make mass bombards, and there's nothing you can do about it. Meanwhile, only one bombard, so he's not gonna be taking down the production that fast. And the elephant in the room is already here. It was here. And looks like Firehawk still holding. That's the beauty of... There's something we haven't talked about. It's not only the Tower of Victory, it's the extra tiles range that these crossbowmen have. If you take a look at these Truganus, well, Truganus, there you go, crossbows, they do have 5 tiles range for each attack. These guys have 5.5, meaning they will start attacking before you. That's a big deal. Elite Man-at-Arms coming for Firehawk. And somehow things are stabilizing for him. Just pushing with those crossbows and more man-at-arms. That's the beauty of having that extra range attack, and the Tower of Victory just giving extra attack speed, 1.79 against 2.12 attack speed. That's a big difference. That's actually quite a big difference. It's like he's going again. Look at this landmark, beautiful. And Krakeny still have plenty of gold here. Never mind. Gold is about to run out for him. Still have a couple of gold veins. Firehawk. That's the cool thing about having 4 relics, is that you don't need much gold. Tight Barns coming for him as well. And Palace Guards are going for a raid. Looks like they killed quite a lot of villagers here. But now Firehawk, it's somehow coming back. Crossbows do have incendiary arrows, so they do quite a lot of damage. Meanwhile, Krakeny, he's not going for the other landmark that can actually, you can research 10,000 bolts, and you just have I think you have an extra attack for each. For every crossbow and Chuganu, which is big. It is big. Now, the longer the game goes, I believe this is very good for Firehawk. He's getting all those upgrades for free. And the good thing about that is that you can use your gold on premium units. You can get bombards, you can get elephants, you can get hand cannoneers, which are very expensive on gold. And this raid is actually quite hurtful. The good thing about Firehawk is that he does have those houses with the extra upgrade that you get, where you can just garrison those villagers here. It's quite amazing. He cannot afford to lose villagers, to be honest. And Firehawk is like he hates stone. It's like stone is not for me. I'm just using tree resources, and I'm just gonna go for mass units. And to be honest, who am I to judge? It's working for him so far. More barracks and more production coming for Firehawk. Looks like Krakeny is gonna go for the big gold bay. And now those Palace Guards are just not as good as the other elite man-at-arms. They do have less attack, so they're not really the best. And crossbows with the Tower of Victory, they're proven to be quite scary. 26 man-at-arms are already there. Delivered right to the front door. And Krakeny with having quite a lot of issues. entering into Firehick's base. Despite not having any keep around it, his economy has been relatively safe. We're talking about 35 minutes in the game and only 12 villagers dead so far, which also actually give room for Firehick to just pretty much continue the attack. Bombard coming. And more. Looks like it's gonna be hand cannoneers and man-at-arms. And looks like that House of Learning probably is what is saving Firehick from in the late game. You know, the extra attack, the extra range attack. It's just really good for him, to be honest. And I would be tempted to just build some houses around this, and your villagers are quite safe. Even for to any potential raid, just put them in the houses, and you're good. You're good to go. And he's also getting all those upgrades for free, which means you have a lot of gold for a lot of things, such as a couple of elephants coming as well. Looks like he already split his army. He's gonna go for the gold in the east side of the map. It's a big split. Main army for Krakeny here in the middle. But meanwhile, Firehick going to the right side of the map. Meanwhile, more units coming here. And Palace Guards going for a raid as well. And looks like man-at-arms already arrived to Krakeny's base. Now remember, Krakeny, it's also one town center. It's not a situation in the Imperial Age where your opponent has like 3 town centers. And, you know, if you lose a villager, you lose a villager, who cares? But in this case, every villager counts. And somehow Firehick already kills 15 villagers. Bombards can be pushing here in the middle. And at the same time, Sacred Victory approaching for Firehick. I feel like Krakeny just needs those extra upgrades that Trushi's Legacy has. Like the... Actually, he is in the Ming Dynasty. He is in the Ming Dynasty. Where is the... Where's the landmark? I don't see it. I don't see the landmark. Oh, there you go. So, no upgrades yet, but Cloud of Terror, very, very good upgrade. As well as this one, 10,000 bolts. 40% as effective as the previous bolt, so it's this makes your crossbows, I would believe, better than the crossbows from Firehick. You need those upgrades, and you need gold for that. And elephants. He's gonna be taking down the production. Crossbowman just camping those production buildings. And more man-at-arms are joining here. As well as another group of man-at-arms camping the other gold. Maybe where is the bombard? More man-at-arms killing more villagers. And now with not enough military units on the field, elephants are just gonna be having a great time here. 1062 HP. Incendiary arrows coming for Firehick very soon in 2 minutes. And those man-at-arms are just... It's just gonna be his signature unit. All Delhi units in the Imperial Age are actually very good. Extra attack speed, extra range attack, extra attack. A keep, emergency keep for going for Krakeny, but it's too late. No access for gold. Well played by these two players. I put a link in the description where you can follow them. I hope you enjoyed this match, and I will see you in the next one.